again, my first little stop point, and tonight we're off for just a one night solo hammock camp. I'm happy to be out, been working a lot. I was asked on comments about a Dakota fire pit and if they were good to cook on, so I thought I might have a go at digging one out, and because it's been a long time, almost a year and a half since I've built one, but I've dabbled in them, so yeah, we'll see if we can cook on one. Well, that's me pretty much outside the city. There's a city there, and there's snow on the hills pretty much all around. There's a bottle in there. There's always one. Oh, wild plants are starting to come up. And then over here, there's wild garlic. Loads of it. I'm supposed just suspended in midair while the river's eating away at the bank. I'm looking to be somewhere down there because the river is so low. It's the lowest I've seen it so far this year. That's like an awesome spot to hammock camp. I'm going to try and get down onto it. And look how low that is. How long has it been since we've seen it this low? That is mental. I bet the top of the island's actually exposed for the first time ever. There's a duck. Duck. I can't believe it, I can actually see the top of the island. That is awesome. That is like the first time in a good 2 years. It's been drier this year, like. It's been 2 years since I walked on this part of the island, literally. How special that is. It's kind of washed it clean, but there's not a lot of firewood. So before the sun completely goes down, it's my sleep setup there. Got a new tarp this week. Thought I'd spring, saved up for ages for it. Just kidding, but it's still a new tarp. And DD Hammock under quilt is Snug Pack, my British Army Arctic sleeping bag, wool blanket and microfiber blanket right there. And then this is just my other dribs and drabs, my tools. Got my entrenching tool there. Jaffa cakes, definitely the most important piece of kit here. Yeah, I'm gonna hoy on tripod, get set up and start checking firewood because it's meant to be -2 degrees tonight, so it's gonna be a nippy one. But it'll be grand. I can't believe how red that sky is. Just awesome reflection off the water and everything. Got that new smell tap about it. It'd probably still burn the same. What? Who said that? Starting to get dark and cold quite fast now. There's a nip in the air. And I now have my tarp up. There's a slight wind and I don't like the orange rim on it, so I'm strongly thinking about changing it. Just too orange for me. Matches the Jaffa Cake box. I mean, it's a nice tarp. It's I'm gonna save it for ground shelters. And we changed. As simple as that. Back to old faithful duct tape tarp. Oh, and I've dug this too. Quite a deep fire pit. I can't. The traditional fire pit, Dakota fire pit, is one hole, you know, deep underground. This one's going to be a sort of a different one. Ones I've built before, I couldn't spit roasted jointed meat on, so I have to build one big enough to spit roasted jointed meat on. So I've got this big one here. And the air hole goes here. Comes out there. Fire's lit. It's I've put it off centre from my tarp and at the side, just because it's the way the wind was blowing, it was blowing it right into my setup, so I moved it there to prevent that. And it's a good thing, because the last thing you want is a beast like that licking the side of your tarp. Just be flames everywhere. It's burning quite clean, like. So I'm just sitting here thinking, and I'm going to think out loud for a second. And so when we're talking about fire pits and Dakota fire pits, Dakota fire pit is it's nothing like this really. It's nothing like this. We'll have to build a proper one. There's no point in trying to cook something on a Dakota fire pit if it's not a Dakota fire pit. You know what I mean? I've kind of like slid right off the concept and just made a random fire pit with an air hole in the back. Dakota fire pit is way too small to cook that joint of pork like. But I do feel if I'm testing it properly, then I have to build a proper one. There's no point in like saying a Dakota fire pit is good to cook on if it's not a Dakota fire pit, if you know what I mean. So what we'll do is we'll keep this fire tonight and maybe tomorrow try and cook it, because I've got steak to cook on hot coals and some sea bass to cook on a hot stone, just because I'm doing some brushing up on skills and that, you know, so I want to get back into cooking a lot more outdoors. So I've dug a replica of a Dakota fire pit. So the tunnel there, it's about, a second, there to my entrenching tool. And then the air tunnel is there. That goes directly to the bottom of it, as you can see, the light. And the fire goes there. Definitely drawing air from the hole there. Didn't take long to get a boil. I don't think I'll cook a joint of pork on it like. It's okay for the stealth fire, or maybe for the quick brew if you want to put that much work into it. Or a ration meal, boiling in that. Be handy. Yeah, I'm gonna let that cool and go and have some coffee next to the other fire. So I've got my rather big steak. Right on that awesome hot bed of coals. Right, it's hot on the glove. fire's burning my hand from here. Nice. Got the stone right in there now, underneath all the logs. I've piled quite a heavy log on top of it, so if it does explode, the log should take the blast. And you should really watch with wet stones. Sandstone's the worst. Explodes in shards. While we're waiting on the sea bass, well, the stone for the sea bass, I'm going to have one of these bad boys. Awesome. Belgium chocolate puffs. Right. That's the stone we put in the fire. It's been let it get a bit hot. It's red around here. I'm going to give it a few minutes to cool and put a slice of sea bass on it and see how it works. Oh, that's good. Hot. Well guys, that's bedtime for me. We'll see y'all in a couple of hours. Oh, yeah, just woke up. Absolutely amazing sleep. Just chucked some small twigs on my fire. 1 second. And it started to smoke a bit. There's still life in it. Such a beautiful morning.
So the Dakota fire pit that I built last night is proper cooled down now. I'm going to fill that bad boy back in. I do think it's good as a handy little stealth fire, but for cooking, prefer a bigger fire, especially to get everything on. There we go. Finally get to enjoy a beautiful spring morning.
So I've prepped my spit roast pole for the pork. Still gotta shave the bark off that yet and get some firewood. So when I'm first cooking pork, what I want is fast and hot. So go for small dry twigs on top of your base of thing, and it just seems to give you that nice browning off and that heat that you need to start it off.
So I've got the pork on, as you can see. So I try and keep my fire going this way when I'm spit roasting, because gaps between you get your logs, you can get one between them underneath your spit roast, so you've got a lot of hot ashes. Because the more flames you have on certain woods, the more likely you're to get a black covering on your meat. You know, like sometimes when like with resinous woods, if the wood burns black, then that's going on your meat. Stuff like birch is the worst. You get a lot of black smoke off birch because of the resin in it. Pine's not that bad, but you do get a flavour of pine resin in your food, and that sometimes can't be quite nice. So I try to use oak, beech, just pretty much hardwoods. So I've got some small dry twigs I'm going to build my fire up with. They're going to burn really fast and hot. So now, when you've got to admit, a lot of wild campers wreck their fires when cooking, and they bring the whole fire down for the cooking when you don't need to do that. You just need to separate your fire into sections. Like I can keep half this fire for warmth and then half for cooking the spit roast on. Oh, we're starting to get colour. I'm just pretty much moving my joint of pork around so that the flame heat hits it, and that's how I'm going to get nice brown skin. You don't want to get it too much though, you've got to watch it really carefully. Look at that. That's why I've kind of picked an extra long spit roast pole too, so that I can move it up and down depending on the heat. Like it's getting really hot there. Just keep on rotating. See how I mean fast and hot? The fire's burning my legs. Pork sizzling like a steak on a grill. Look at that.
getting some nice colour in that now. See, hot and fast is the way to go. And now my fire's, it's just ash now, and I can just keep on putting little bits on there. You know, like my, just put them across the whole fire, so I'm still keeping half spit roast and half warmth. Not that I need it, because it's a lovely morning out. I've even opened up one side of my tarp. It's my hammock there, and all my junk underneath. And bam, back to the meat.
Look at it glistening in the sun. Bet your mouths are watering right now. It's just evil. I'm obviously not going to eat all this myself, I'm going to take it home. One more spin. Oh my god, look at that porky goodness! Shame it wasn't a piglet, eh?
Well, that is the pork done. get that wrapped up and get off home. So I'm pretty much all packed up. Just this little bunch of stuff here, my coffee stuff. Got the fire pit to fill in. Sweet as. It's been real. It's been fun. We'll catch you in the next one.